Morning, everyone. I hope you're all well. I have just got my blocks and I have got my strap because at the end we'll be doing a quad stretch lying on our front. So if you think that you might need a band or a strap to assist you, if you want a better reach back for your foot or your ankle or your joggers, please go and grab one. I've got my blocks and we might not need them, but just in case. And then we're going to start off lying on our backs. Feet flat on the floor, knees are bent if that feels comfortable. If not, your legs can be out nice and long. Good morning, Ollie. Good morning, Kasha. Hope you're all well. So grab your straps if you need them. If you don't have a yoga strap or a belt, you can grab your trouser belt or a towel, or if you've got a dressing gown, you can use that strap to help you. But it's only if you need it. But let's get started. So lying on our backs. I feel more comfortable with my feet flat on the floor with my knees bent, but you can have your legs out nice and long. Just a few breaths here. Your natural breaths. And whilst you're here, just check that that pelvis is in neutral. So that lower back's not pushing down to the floor, tilting your pubic bone up to the ceiling, and it's not overly arched, tilting that pubic bone down towards the floor. Just got that natural curve. Hip bones are roughly level. Back of the head in contact with the floor, the shoulders. So check to make sure your shoulders aren't rounded, making sure you're broad across the collarbone, shoulder blades in contact with the floor, back of the hips, maybe the back of the heels or the back of the feet. And then the arms, the palms can be facing up or palms can be facing down. Or maybe you've got your hands on your body. Take a nice long inhale. Sigh the exhale out through the mouth. And let's start our practice with our equal breath. And to inhale for the count of 3 and exhale for the count of 3. That breath is going to be flowing. There's going to be no breath retention. So inhale for 3 and exhale for 3. Inhale for 3 and exhale for 3. And if it feels comfortable, maybe inhale and exhale for the count of 4. Couple more rounds. And then just go back to your natural breath. And then before we start our practice, maybe think of 2 or 3 things that you're grateful for. Checking that that pelvis is in neutral. Activate your core, so whether you're thinking about scooping up and in or zipping up, or maybe drawing everything into that midsection, bracing. But just relax that tension a little bit so you're not holding it too tight. Checking that you haven't tilted the pelvis. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, float the right foot off the floor, knees roughly in line with that right hip. Float that foot down to the floor. Float the left foot off the floor. Slowly float it down. Keep that core activated. You can bring the fingers to the hip creases and you can feel that hip hinge. I'm just going to carry on alternating between right and left, keeping it slow and controlled, keeping awareness on the breath and on that pelvis. So staying mindful. And then you have the option of adding in opposite arm to opposite leg. So right leg, left arm. Again, working with your own range of movement with that arm. Two more each side. And relaxing the arms down by the side, feet about hip width apart. Activate the core, squeeze both glutes coming into the low bridge, starting to activate those glutes. Checking that you're not rolling onto the outside edge of the feet, that big toe mound stays in contact with the floor, weights even in the feet, knees going in the direction of the feet. Check that the glutes are still on. Hips are level. On your next exhale, slowly start to lower the glutes to the floor. Before they touch, squeeze up for 1. Slowly lower down. Inhale, squeeze up for 2. Exhale, lower. Squeeze up for 3. Lower. Squeeze up for 4. Squeeze up for 5. For 6. 7, for 8, 2 more, keep it slow and controlled, 9, 10, hold it here at the top, breathe wide and full, front side, back of the rib cage, check that the hips are level, and on your next exhale, slowly lower all the way down to the floor, and then just gently hug those knees in. Maybe stay still, maybe gently rock from side to side. And then from here, gently place the feet to the floor and then roll up into whichever side feels comfortable for you. And then we're all going to meet up in tabletop. And once you get to your tabletop, just check your base. Shoulders are stacked over the wrists, knees are underneath the hips. Spinal mobility, cat-cow, working with your own range of movement and your own breath pattern. Just to remind you that when you come into your cow, just be aware that you're not just dropping that belly down to the floor. Just be careful of that lower back. Nice long inhale, exhale, come into your cat. And as you inhale, slowly uncurl, neutral spine coming into your cow. Let's do a few more of these. Let's do 2 more. Feels pretty good this morning, doing some cat-cows. And then we'll meet in tabletop. So let's double check our base. Spreading the fingers wide, pushing down through the finger pads. Fingers aren't locked out. Shoulders are stacked over the wrist. And maybe just turn the arms so those elbow creases are facing the front of the mat. Neck's in line with the rest of the spine, so you're not dropping the head down or tucking the chin up. Shoulder blades are in neutral, so on the back of the rib cage. Pelvis is in neutral. Activate the core. Gently lift the right knee off the floor and gently tuck that knee in towards the chest. Slowly bring the knee back. My right knee is not touching the floor. Knee tuck, so I'm bringing that knee in. Slowly bringing the right knee back to the left. Bringing that knee in. Right knee back to the left. Right knee in. Slowly bring that knee back. Flex the foot, squeeze that right glute, coming up into a glute raise. Check that the hips are level. As you exhale, lower that knee down and slowly bring it into a knee tuck. Slowly bring the right knee to the left knee. Squeeze that right glute, glute raise. So that's 2. We've got 6 more to do, slow and controlled. So there's no momentum. If I'm counting properly, that's 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold it up here on 8 and circle the hip. Doesn't matter what direction you're starting in. Work with your own range of movement. And then slowly change direction. And then we'll meet back up in tabletop. If you need to give those arms a shake, please do so. Check your base. Lovely long spine, those natural curves. Next in line with the rest of the spine. Activate the core. Shoulders are stacked over the wrists. Knee tuck with the left arm, floating the left knee in. Slowly bring that left knee in. Slowly bring the left knee, right knee. Tucking that left knee in. Left knee, right knee. Slowly bring it in. Left knee, right knee. Slowly bring it in. This time activate the left glute. Flex the foot, glute raise. Slowly lower it down as you exhale. Bring that knee in towards the body and towards the chest. Slowly bring it all the way back up. Glute raise number 2. Slow and controlled. 3. Check that the hips are level so you're not lifting up too high. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. Hold it here. Hip circles. Again, work for your own range of movement. Slowly change direction. Well done. Come to tabletop. Step 1 foot forward, the other foot forward. Come into that halfway lift. And then slowly hip hinge all the way up. We will be doing some sun salutations, but I'm warming us up first. Take a nice deep breath in. Check your feet. Be about hip width apart. Weights even throughout both those feet. Think about tripoding the foot. So heel bone, big toe mound, little toe mound, back to the heel bone to activate those arches. Inhale, reach fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Push down through both feet. Have a lovely long stretch here. Knees can be soft, but the thighs are activated. Exhale, slowly bring the hands down. Place the hands so the hips are in those hip creases. And I've got my thumbs behind. On your next exhale, bend the knees, hinging from the hips. The butt is going back. Keep that spine nice and long. Slowly come down. Some of you may need to bend your knees a little bit more. Fingertips touch the floor. And then from here, you're going to step the right foot back, right knee down, low lunge. Place that right foot flat on the floor. Slowly come up. Check that the pelvis is in neutral. Right knee's underneath that right hip. You're going to push down through the left foot and through the top of the right foot. Reach the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Check that the shoulders are stacked over the hips. Right glute is on, core is on. As you exhale, hinge forward, plant the hands on the floor, shoulders are over the hands, step back. Either come back to a 3/4 plank or tabletop. Core is on. Shoulder blades are in neutral, pelvis in neutral. Right hand And to tap the left shoulder, right hand down. Left hand taps the right shoulder, bring that hand down. Try and keep those hips square onto the floor, to your mat. One more each side. Tap, tap. Tuck the toes. Hips are up and back, coming into your first down dog. As it's your first down dog, please feel free to bend the knees a little or a lot. Check your hands, roughly about shoulder width apart, spreading the fingers wide, pushing up through the arms rather than pushing the chest back towards the thighs. Head and neck are nice and relaxed. Lovely long spine, so checking with that lower back. If it's rounded, soften the knees. Hips are high, core is on, making that inverted V shape. On your next exhale, slowly lower the knees, tabletop. Core is on, tuck that right knee forward, step in between the hands, kneeling crescent, you're kneeling lunge. This time tuck the left toes and then gently roll the shoulders. Bring your awareness to your pelvis. Is it in neutral? Is that left glute on? Is the core activated? One more each side. Hinge forward. Push all the way down to that right foot. I've got my fingertips on the floor, but you may be able to put your hands flat on the floor. Step the left foot forward, feet hip width apart, so you're in that halfway lift. Check that that spine's nice and long and you're looking down towards the floor. Core is on. And as you inhale, slowly come all the way up. So hip hinge all the way up. Reach the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Push down through both feet. As you exhale, lower the hands. Hands come to the hip creases. Bending the knees. Hinging forward. Hips are going back. Coming all the way back down. Left foot, step it back. Left knee down. Low lunge. Hold it here. And then slowly come all the way up. Left foot, top of the left foot on contact the floor. Pelvis in neutral. Reaching the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Left glute is on. Core is on. And exhale, hinge forward, plant the hands to the floor, tabletop or three-quarter plank. Pelvis in neutral, shoulder blades in neutral. Left hand taps the right shoulder, left hand down. Right hand, left shoulder. So you can do this in tabletop or you can do it in your three-quarter plank, starting to warm up the body, the arms, the shoulders. And then from here, tuck the toes, down dog. Check in with the breath. You can stay still, maybe sway from side to side, or you may want to bend one knee, lengthen the other leg, bend the other knee, lengthen out the other leg. On your next exhale, slowly lower the knees to the floor. Knee, tuck that left knee in, step it in between the hands. Slowly come up to your kneeling crescent, tuck the right toes. Shoulder rolls. Could be a small range of movement, or you might want to make the range of movement a little bit bigger now. Starting to move those shoulder blades. Let's do a couple more. Hinge it forward. Push the weight down to that right foot. Step the right foot forward. Sorry, push down to the left foot. Step the right foot forward. And then from here, hip hinge all the way up. Reach fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Slowly bring the hands down through to heart. Set your base. Feet back hip width apart. Release the hands. Inhale, float the arms all the way up to the ceiling. As you exhale, bring the hands down through to heart center. We're still hip hinging. So bending the knees, hinging from the hips, step back into kneeling crescent. Reach the fingertips all the way up towards the ceiling. Right glutes on, top of the right foot in contact with the floor. As you exhale, hinge forward. Slide that left foot back, come into a three-quarter plank. Shoulder blades are in neutral, pelvis is in neutral, neck's in line with the rest of the spine, core is on, glutes are on, broad across the collarbone. Try not to let the shoulders drop forward. As you exhale, bend the elbows. Elbows are pointing back. Lower all the way down towards the floor. Check that the tops of the feet are in contact with the floor and the pubic bone. Pull back with the mat. Core is on, glutes are on. Come into a low cobra. Check that your glutes are on, that your legs aren't rolling out. And as you exhale, soften, tuck the toes, push up to your 3/4 plank. And then hips up and back, down dog. And in this down dog, heel raises are coming up onto the balls of your feet. Slowly lower the heels down. Check that that spine is nice and long. So soften the knees if you need to. Let's do one more heel raise. And then come here. A few deep breaths here. Check in with the head and neck. Slowly lower the knees to the floor. Step the right foot forward, slowly coming up into your kneeling crescent. Tucking the left toes, reach the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Bend the elbow, goddess arms. Broad across the collarbones, looking straight ahead. Exhale, soften forward, push the weight down to that right foot. Left foot steps forward, feet back hip width apart, halfway lift. Hands to heart, that feels comfortable for you. Slowly hip hinge all the way up, using those hamstrings, that core. Reach the fingertips up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, bring the hands down through to heart, bending at the knees, hip hinging all the way down. This time, left foot comes back. Left foot flat on the floor, reach fingertips up towards the ceiling. Left glute is on, pelvis in neutral, so you're pushing down through the left foot, top of the left foot, and through the sole of the right foot. Exhale, hinge forward, slide the right foot back, 3/4 plank. Shoulder blades are in neutral, pelvis in neutral, core on, glutes on. Broad across the collarbone. As you exhale, bend the elbows, elbows point back as you slowly lower all the way down. Pull back with that mat, you come up into your cobra, holding it here, checking that your pubic bone's in contact with the floor and the tops of your feet. Some people some teachers I've done it before, where they say to you, make sure all 5 toes are in contact with the floor. Because my little toe's quite short, if I have my little toe on the floor, I tend to roll my legs out, so then they're not active. So I just think about keeping my legs active, keeping my core on to help that hip extension. Then exhale, soften, tuck the toes, push up to your 3/4 plank. Exhale, hips up and back, down dog. Check your base in your down dog. Heel raises or calf raises. So inhale, raise the heels. Exhale, lower. Inhale, raise the heels. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. One more. Inhale, up. Exhale, lower. This time, let's all bend our knees. Push the hips up, so we're bent knee down dog. Check that the head and neck is nice and relaxed. Think about pushing down through the arms, the weight's even between the hands and the feet. Slowly lower the knees down, tabletop, knee tuck that left knee in. Slowly come up to your kneeling crescent, tuck the right toes, fingertips up towards the ceiling, bend at the elbows, broad across the collarbones, goddess arms. Exhale, hinge forward, stepping the right foot forward, halfway lift. And then as you inhale, squeeze with those hamstrings, the core is on, come all the way up, squeeze the glutes, reach fingertips up towards the ceiling, slowly bring the hands down through to heart center. Hopefully you're all starting to get warm. I'm just going to have a quick drink. Bring the hands through to heart. So inhale slowly, exhale softly, releasing the hands. This time, when we come down, we're going to step back to plank, or you can come back to 3/4 plank. So the first kneeling crescent, we're going to knock out. Inhale, reach fingertips up towards the ceiling. Your option to keep the arms here nice and long as you hip hinge forward, or you can bring the hands down through to heart. Just check in with that lower back and see how it feels. So nice long inhale. As you exhale, hinging forward, arms can be long or at heart center. Plant the hands firmly to the floor, shoulders are over the wrist, step back, 3/4 plank or plank. You can hold it here, checking that your shoulder blades are in neutral and your pelvis, core on, glute on. You can lower down from your 3/4 plank or your full plank. We're going to slowly lower all the way down to cobra. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, soften, tuck the toes, either push up to the knees or up to your full plank. And then down dog. Hold it here. Exhale, lower the knees to the floor. Step the right foot forward, coming up into a kneeling crescent. Reach the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Left toes are tucked. Bend the elbows, goddess arms. Exhale, hinge forward, push down through that right foot. Step the left foot forward. Hip hinge all the way up. Hands can be at heart or long arms. And as you exhale, coming straight back down, that hip hinge. Plant hands firmly on the floor. Left foot back, either high plank or 3/4 plank. As you exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Pull back on the mat, cobra. Exhale, soften down, tuck the toes, either push up to 3/4 plank or full plank, and then down dog. Check in with the breath. Exhale, lower the knees, step the left foot forward, right toes are tucked, slowly coming up to kneeling crescent. Exhale, bend the elbows, goddess arms. Exhale, hinge forward. Step the right foot forward, hip hinge all the way up. Bring the hands down through to heart center, hold it here. Going to repeat that, release the hands. Your option, plank, full plank or 3/4 plank. Inhale, reach the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. As you exhale, hip hinge all the way down. Firmly plant the hands, keep that spine nice and long, plank or 3/4 plank. You have the option now, lowering down halfway, flipping one foot over than the other, and coming to up dog. Legs are active, glutes are on, or cobra. And then from here, if you're in up dog, flip one foot over than the other, up and back, down dog. If you're in cobra, you're just going to push up to your plank, whichever version you've chosen, and then down dog. Slowly lower the knees to the floor, step the right foot forward, left toe to tuck, reach fingertips all the way up to the ceiling, stay here. Exhale, hinge forward. Step the left foot forward, halfway lift. And as you inhale, slowly come all the way up, fingertips up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, hinging forward, remember that core is still on. Step the left foot back, right foot back. Option, cobra or up dog. Making sure the shoulder blades are in neutral. We're still in high plank, pelvis in neutral, core is on. Your choice, either halfway lower or all the way down, cobra or up dog. Those legs are active, the core is on. Check that you're not jutting that chin up. Exhale, down dog. Exhale, tabletop, step the left foot forward, right toes are top, knee and crescent. Hip hinge, step the right foot forward, inhale, slowly come all the way up. As you exhale, slowly bring the hands down through to heart center. Keep the hands there, few breaths here, or grab a drink. Release the hands. I'm going to repeat that, but this time, when we're in down dog, you can lower the knees down and then step forward for a low lunge with the knees on the floor. Or you can come up onto the balls of your feet, gaze between the hands, step that right foot forward. You can step it to the middle and use your hand to bring it forward, and then we'll be in our halfway lift here. I hope you're all okay. So let's get started. Inhale, float the fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Your choice of arms, you can keep the arms nice and long as you hinge forward and bring the hands through to heart center. Bend the knees, plant the hands on the floor. Right foot back, left foot back, your choice of plank. Core is on. Exhale, lower down, either up dog or cobra. Just check that those glutes are on, legs are active. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, nice and easy exhale. Inhale slowly, exhale softly. Gaze between the hands. Your option, low lunge with the knee down, or you can step that right foot forward, lovely long spine, step the left foot forward, then you'll come into that halfway lift automatically, and then as you inhale, hip hinge all the way up, and as you exhale, hip hinge all the way down, hips are going back, plant the hands on the floor, left foot back, right foot back, plank. Check your base. Exhale, slowly lower down, either halfway or cobra, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale slowly, exhale softly. Your choice now of stepping forward, the low lunge with the knee down or the knee lifted. So inhale onto the balls of your feet if you're stepping straight forward into your low lunge. Right foot forward, halfway lift. And then as you inhale, slowly, slowly, slowly come all the way back up. Slowly bring the hands down through to heart center. So now we're going to do our sun salutation, and then we're going to add on our plank with our shoulder taps, and then what we did for our warm-up, where we did our knee tucks and our glute raises. So take a nice deep breath in, sigh the exhale out. Inhale, reach fingers up towards the ceiling. As you exhale, hip hinging forward. Your choice of arm position. Step the right foot back, left foot back, knees down or knees off the floor. Exhale, either all the way down to cobra or halfway and up dog. And then as you exhale, we'll slowly meet up in down dog. Take a nice deep breath in. Slowly come all the way out to plank. Your option to stay in your plank here, high plank, or to bring the knees down towards the floor. Core is on, shoulder taps. Right hand, left shoulder, left hand, right shoulder. Keep the core on, hips are square. Then if you're in high plank, just lower the knees to the floor. Slowly come to your tabletop. Core is on. Bring that right knee in towards the chest. Slowly squeeze up into your glute raise. Bring it in. Slowly up to glute raise. Foot is flexed. Remember to activate that glute to bring up that leg. Two more. One more. Slowly tuck that knee in. Step that foot in between the hands. Slowly come up to crescent. Reach fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Tuck the left toes. Right hand to the right thigh. Keep reaching the left hand up towards the ceiling. Side bend over to the right. Opening out the left side of the body. Option to lower the right ear towards that right shoulder. So you may feel that stretching down the right side of the neck. Slowly come up nice and tall. Hands meet together at heart center. Inhale. Left glute is on. Core is activated. Exhale. On your next inhale, slowly come all the way up. Crescent. Check that the base, your pelvis is in neutral. Fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Hold it here. And then catch the hips with your hands. Slowly step that right foot forward slightly, and then maybe place that heel on the floor, lengthening out the right leg. Hips are level, core is on, hip hinging forward. You have the options to soften that right knee. Check that the neck's in line with the rest of the spine. Forward facing triangle, or some people call it pyramid. You can keep the hands on the hips. Some people are quite flexible and they can reach their fingertips on the floor or their hands. Try and keep the hips level and the spine nice and long, and try not to jump that chin up. Or if not, you can just rest the hands on that front thigh. Hips are level, lovely long spine, breathing wide and full. Slowly start to come all the way up, to hinge up, soften that right leg, step it forward to the front of the mat, feet hip width apart. Well done. Let's repeat that on the other side. Release the arms down. Inhale, reach fingertips all the way up to the ceiling. Exhale, hip hinge. Place the hands on the floor. Left foot back, right foot back. Check your base. Core is on, glute is on. Your choice. Lowering down to cobra or upward dog. And then on your next exhale, tuck the toes, down dog. Slow inhale, nice, long, easy exhale. And then your choice, you can roll all the way out to high plank to do your shoulder taps or knees are down. Left hand, right shoulder. Right hand, left shoulder. Checking that those glutes are on and the core is on. Hips stay square on. Last one. And then we'll meet up in tabletop. Shoulder blades are in neutral, core is on, glutes are on. Bring that left knee in, squeeze the left glute, glute raise. Slowly lower. Squeeze up. That's 2. That's 3. 4. Halfway there, rest if you need to. 5. 6. 7. 8. Slowly bring that leg down and through, coming in to your kneeling crescent, tucking the right toes, right glute is on, core is on. Right hand, right thigh, reach the right fingertips, left hand, left thigh, right fingertips towards the ceiling, lengthening out the side of the right body, right toes are tucked. Side bend over to the left, opening out the right side of the body, option to drop the left ear to the left shoulder. Maybe feel that stretch down your neck as well. And inhale back to center, hands meet at heart center. On your next inhale, slowly come up to crescent. Adjust your base. You reach fingertips up towards the ceiling if that feels comfortable for you. So you're rooting down through both feet, rising up through the crown of the head and your fingertips. Slowly come down and catch your hips with your hands. Step that right foot in slightly, lengthen out the front leg. Hips are level, core is on, hip hinge forward. Check that the hips are level, you're looking down towards the floor so that the neck is along the rest of the spine. You may need to adjust the back foot, you may need to bring it in a little bit closer, out a little bit further away. You can bring the hands to the thigh, just be careful with that knee. Knee can be bent. So try not to lock that knee or put too much pressure on the knee. If you can keep the spine nice and long, you can bring the fingertips to the floor, or you can put hands on blocks. Check that the hips are level, that that core is still on. And then start to soften that knee, hip hinge all the way up. Step it forward. Come into mountain pose. Close your eyes. A few deep breaths here. And then slowly bring the hands through to heart. As you exhale, just hinge all the way down. Slowly slide that right foot back. Coming into crescent, have a nice long stretch here. Bend the elbows, broad across the collarbone, opening out that chest. Option to have a slight back bend if that feels comfortable for you. Be careful with that neck. Core is on, right glute is on. Inhale, come up nice and tall. Slowly hinge forward. From here, heel toe that left foot out and bring the hands to the inside of the left foot. Maybe adjust that right knee back, coming into lizard. You can stay here. If you've got blocks, you can bring your elbows down on your blocks, if that feels comfortable for you. Some people can be quite flexible and bring their arms all the way down. You can bring that foot out a little bit wider. You can allow the knee to come down, out to the side. But please use the blocks if you need to, or you can grab a cushion or a pillar. And then you always have the option to stay up with long arms with the hands flat on the floor. And then from here, slowly meet up with the hands flat on the floor. And then just heel toe that foot in slightly. And then from here, you're going to heel toe that left foot all the way over to the right. So that left lower leg comes to the floor. Left heel maybe comes down towards your pubic bone. You can start to lengthen out that right leg coming into pigeon. If pigeon feels uncomfortable for you, or you just don't want to do it today, just come round and lie on your back and come into a reclined pigeon, or your 4-point kneeling. 4-point kneeling, your 4-point glute stretch. And then very slowly just come down onto the lower arms. And if that feels comfortable and your hips are level, you can either rest your forehead on a block. You can interlace the fingers, bend the elbows, and rest your forehead on your hands, or maybe stack the fists together, or maybe the hands are flat on the floor, or even maybe a little bit more flexible and your forehead can touch the floor, resting above the head. And just check in with the hips, the lower back, that left knee, the left foot, making sure they feel comfortable. Slowing the inhales down, soft exhales. Couple more breaths. And then from here, we're going to come down to lying on our belly. So some of us may need to come all the way up to tabletop and then gently lower. If you're lying on your back doing your glute stretch, and then just gently turn over. Coming into a stretch the front of our thigh, a quad stretch on our left foot. If you need to use your belt or your towel, you can just wrap it around the ankle and reach back for it. But if not, just rest the forehead on the hands. Slowly bend that left leg at the knee. And then slowly reach back or put your strap around your ankle. So you can either hold your ankle or your foot. Some people feel more comfortable doing this one lying on the side. So you would just roll on the right side, using your right arm for balance, bending that right knee that feels comfortable, and just lying aside. Then activate your glutes to get that hip extension. And then inhale slowly, exhale softly. Couple more breaths. And then slowly release the hand. Slowly, slowly, slowly release that leg back down towards the floor. Slowly bring the hands underneath the shoulders, or if you're laying on your side, just roll back onto your belly. And then just push yourself all the way up. Bring the knees in so you're in tabletop. 2 cat-cows, nice and slow. And then from here, let's step that right foot forward. Slowly come up into your kneeling crescent. Bending the elbows, come into goddess. Either stay here, maybe a slight back bend. That left glute is on, the core is on. All across the collarbones. Inhale all the way up. As you exhale, soften forward, heel toe that right foot out, coming into lizard. Maybe adjust that left foot if you need to. You can stay here. You can use your blocks and slowly come down on your blocks. You may feel that one side's tighter than the other. This is my tighter side. You can allow that right knee to come open to the side so you're on the outside edge of your right foot. Remember, you've got the option of using your blocks. Just a few deep breaths here. And very slowly come up to your hands. And then just bring the hands either side of that right foot. Heel toe that right foot over to the left side of the mat. Gently lower that right lower leg down. That right heel comes down towards your pubic bone. If you're laying on your back to do your glute stretch on the left, then just lay back down so that you're doing the same stretch on both sides. And then when you're ready, you can come down to your lower arms. Maybe you're resting your head on the blocks, or you've got that elbows bent, fingers interlaced to make a fist, and resting the forehead on your hands. Maybe you're stacking the fists, or maybe the forehead resting on the floor. Check that the hips are level. Slowing the inhale down. Soft exhale. Check in on that right knee, right foot. Check in with the hips and the back. Also check in with the left side, making sure you feel comfortable, make any adjustments if you need to. I'm going to slowly bring the hands to the floor, slowly come all the way up. And then from here, you're going to gently lower all the way down, coming onto your quad stretch on the right. So you can use that belt again. If it feels more comfortable, you can roll onto the left side, bend down that left knee, and line your side to do your stretch. We're just resting the forehead on the left hand and reaching back for the right foot, right ankle. And then very slowly release that hand. And then slowly, slowly, slowly lower that right leg gently down to the floor. Bring the hands underneath the shoulders. Slowly push all the way up. Walk your knees in. Tabletop. 2 cat-cows here. And then let's slowly meet up in an easy cross-legged. Hands can be on the knees. Check that the weight's even on both seat bones. Sit up nice and tall. And as you exhale, gently rotate round to the left hand. Bring in the right hand on the knee. You can keep the left hand on that left thigh, or you can just bring it behind you. Just a nice, easy rotation. And then as you start to come around to the front, keep the right hand on the left knee. Slowly bring that left hand around so it can reach for that right knee. Either stay here or just soften forward. Maybe you need to bring the hands around the knees a little bit more. Inhale, slowly come all the way up, uncross the arms, just sliding the hands along and around. The hands are back on the knees. Sit up nice and tall, weight even on both seat bones. Gentle activation of the core. Easy rotate to the right. Left hand, right knee. Right hand can stay on that right thigh. You can bring it behind you. Just a nice, easy rotation. Sitting up tall, weight even on both seat bones. And then as we come back to center, allow this right arm to float over and across, right hand towards that left knee. Maybe stay here or gently soften forward. And then inhale all the way back up, sliding the hands back to the knees, relaxing the shoulders. Coming in now to our final relaxation, lying on the floor. So if you need to grab socks or a jumper, please do so. And normal me, lying on our back with our knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Gently hug the knees in. Maybe stay still or gentle sway from side to side, just nice and easy. Placing both feet on the floor. Bring the arms above the head and just gently slide the legs out, coming into a full body stretch if that feels comfortable for you. Flex the feet. Biceps are by the ears. Enjoy that nice long stretch. My hands aren't touching the floor. And I'm really thinking about stretching out nice and long. Stretching out the sides of my body, my abs, and then just gently point the toes. May feel a slightly different sensation in the legs. And then just gently release the arms down by the side of your body. Back of the hands on the floor, palms facing the ceiling, soften the fingers. And then just gently slide the heels out and the corners of the bottom of the mat. If this feels uncomfortable for your back, please slide the legs in. Either keep the feet wide and allow the knees to fall in, and just come to the feet hip width apart. Or if that feels uncomfortable, just roll onto one side and come into a fetal position and just use your arms as a pillar. And then just check in that the back of the head is in contact with the floor, the backs of the shoulders, so you're broad across the collarbone, so you're not rounding the shoulders in. Shoulder blades in contact with the floor, the back of the hips, and either the bottom of the feet or the backs of the heels. Relax the toes and allow the feet to flop open to the side if the legs are extended. Relaxing the calf muscles, the thighs, the front, the side, and the back. Relaxing the front of the hips, the belly. Soften the rib cage, soften the chest. Relaxing the front of the chest and the shoulders. The arms feel heavy. Soften the fingers, relax the hands. Soften the neck. Face is relaxed. The jaw is relaxed. Allow the tongue to fall away from the roof of the mouth. Soften the space between the eyebrows, the third eye. Soften the forehead. And just relax the back. Relax the back of the hips.
And just allow the whole of your body to feel heavy. Allow your body to melt down into the mat and into the earth below. Inhales are slow, the exhales are soft. Slowly bring your awareness back to the breath. If you'd like to stay in your Shavasana for a little bit longer, please do so. And slowly bring your awareness back to your body. Belly and the chest rising and falling with each breath. Slowly start to bend and slide that right foot in, slide and heel along the floor. Right foot flat on the floor. Slowly start to bend the left leg. Slowly slide the left heel in, left foot flat on the floor. Just bring that pelvis to neutral. And gently place the hands on the belly. Maybe the thumbs are touching, maybe the fingertips are pointing down to the pubic bone. Take a nice long inhale. Sigh the exhale out through the mouth. 2 more. Feel that belly expand. Last one. And with the eyes closed, just gently roll to one side, whichever side feels comfortable for you. And then slowly crawl your way all the way up to an easy cross-legged. Maybe grab a block or a cushion to sit on. And once you get there, eyes are closed. Check that the weight's even on both seat bones. Lovely long spine. Crown of the head towards the ceiling. Check that chin's not jutting up or that you're not tucking it in. Hands can be on the feet, the thighs or the knees. Shoulders are relaxed. The face is relaxed. Just a few easy breaths here. Slow inhales, soft exhales. Slowly bring the palms together at heart center and allow the thumbs to connect to the heartbeat. Slowly bow the head towards the hands. Thank you very much for joining me this morning for our sun salutations. I hope you enjoyed your practice. May you be happy. May you be healthy. May you find peace within. From my heart to yours, namaste. Slowly start to flutter your eyes open so you're gazing at your fingertips, and then slowly bring the head up. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed that. Any comments, please type in here, or you can message me direct on Instagram or drop me an email. But I hope you enjoyed that, and hopefully I will see you soon. Enjoy the rest of the day. Maybe go out for a walk, but wrap up warm because it's got colder again. But thank you very much. Bye.